All right, today we are going to talk about the quadratic formula in lesson 65. So this is going to be a review from earlier in the year. So just a quick reminder, standard form of a quadratic, we have to get our quadratic function in standard form. And then we will use our ax squared, or excuse me, the a, the b, and the c to help solve. So another quick reminder, our quadratic formula comes from that song that I taught you earlier this year. So opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4a, b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. One thing I didn't stress very much, we need to remember that that is an x equals. So all of our answers will be x equals whatever we get from the quadratic formula. Here's a quick example. So our a value would be 5, b value is 34, and our c value is a -7. Plug those into our quadratic formula and it would look like this. A quick reminder, -4 times -7, that is a positive 28. So down here that becomes a plus 140. Okay, 34 squared is where I get the 1156, and then -20 times -7 is where I get that positive 140, and we have a 10 on the denominator. Simplify the inside of that radical, looks like this. And then we can take the square root of 1296, that is 36. Make sure you actually simplify this so that you get two answers. So we would get 2/10, which simplifies to a fifth, and then -7. Like I said earlier, both of those are x values. Okay, I would like you guys to do this one on your own. Solve 9x squared plus 6x plus 1. We're going to do another example. Yesterday we talked about complex numbers, so we're going to get a solution that has, or a square root that's potentially a negative. So plug into your quadratic formula. So make sure that makes sense. That is a 3, by the way. When we simplify the inside of our radical, that becomes 25 minus 48. Automatically, we can see that that's going to be a negative number. So we have square root of -23. As of yesterday, that's not a problem anymore. Remember, we can split this up into the square root of -1 and the square root of 23. So our final answer becomes a -5 plus or minus I root 23, still all over 6. And the last thing I want you guys to do is to simplify this one. I was going to make you do it on your own, but I thought I'd give you a little hint. We generally don't have fractions in our quadratic, so our first step for this one would be to get rid of any fractions that we have. So in order to get rid of fractions, remember we need to multiply by that least common denominator. Well, the least common multiple of 2 and 8 would be 8. So we're going to multiply everything by 8. When you do that, you get 8x squared. Distribute that through, minus 4x and a plus 1/8. Now I would like you to solve this equation, please.